What is up, Surgeaholics? Welcome to the Sooner Surge, the nightly 9:30 live show where you can call in, give us your takes, drop it in the chats. It's a podcast that tells it like it is. It's the eve of Christmas Eve, and I'm going to start with Damon's comment because I love it. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for the most amazing gift mankind has ever known in your son, Jesus. Boomer from Ohio. Absolutely true. The reason for the season, the greatest sacrifice ever made. Thank you, Damon, for starting off right. And thank you, Sooner United Kingdom official, becoming a YouTube member.
Let's go.
Wow. Are you from the UK?
Nice. Appreciate it, guys. And hello to everybody on here tonight already. One day closer to Christmas. And we'll, at the end of the show tonight, we'll kind of have a little Merry Christmas thing at the end. But yeah, can't believe it's already Christmas Eve tomorrow. And Hunter says right here, send an email. This is for Sooner United Kingdom official. Send an email, soonersurgepod@gmail.com for the Discord link. You can be in the Discord. So
hey,
make sure you do that.
The news today for Sooner fans is Carson Kent has committed to the University of Oklahoma. It doesn't wow me. It's a spot filler, and maybe he's better than advertised. He has some size, and I do know that blocking is his strength, but which can't hurt compared to what they have. But I, just like a lot of people on here probably, I'm ready for 3 nights from tomorrow night. I'm ready to see Devon Mitchell. I'm ready to see Kate Helmsmore.
I am too. I'm not, like you said, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can say about Carson Kent because, he had 18 catches last year. I think the previous year.
Do anything.
14 catches. But you know what I would ask, though? I would ask people, what are you as far as looking for tight end, production-wise? First off, I want to say something to Pink Floyd. Yeah, that's awesome, Pink Floyd. I know you're headed out of the going to the beach or whatever. Have a good time. Hey, so what's production-wise, Jeremy? Who's the best tight end in the last 5-6 years for Oklahoma? I think we all know who it is.
Braden Willis.
Braden Willis. You know how many yards he had? Probably the most yards this season. Hunter would have to look it up.
Probably 300 or 400.
500 yards probably. So are you wanting a blocking tight end? Or are you wanting a pass catching? Or you want some of both? I think in this offense, it's going to go back towards more of what Lincoln Riley kind of used him for. I think you'll see more of a pass catching tight end. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to throw out there.
Hey, Greg God, you are correct when you say you thought they were only adding difference makers. I mean, the coaches are going to tell you everything. Everyone's a difference maker, but we know that's not true. But they did get the number 1 portal in the class in John Mateer. And then I think Giovanni Gibson is going to be a playmaker more so than Satania. I really like Giovanni Gibson. Okay. I also like Keontae Lewis. So I think that, and I think they'll add 2 or 3 more guys out of the portal, Jay.
Yeah. And hey, Greg, appreciate you joining. He says, if he can block, catch a throw better than what we had. Bobby says, and I watched some film too. Bobby says, based off last 2 years of Arbuckle, he doesn't put a strong emphasis. You're right. But I also think if he had a really good tight end, he might do some different things. But I'd be all for Devon Mitchell lining up where Mark Andrews used to, out wide a little bit. I'd be down with that. I mean, but we'll see. Jeremy hasn't played a snap, so that we got to see him play first.
Hey, RC says, even though I don't care, what's everyone's scores prediction? I have a score prediction for OU's game now.
What?
I think OU's winning 23-17.
I think I said 27-17 yesterday.
Mike close on the other end.
Michael says, opinion on why BV doesn't pursue the higher level guys. And here's what I would say.
It depends on.
I don't know the answer. I'm not in BV's head. I do think BV really does look into why guys leave certain programs, maybe more than I don't know. It feels like Ole Miss, just whoever hits the portal, they're going to jump all over. I don't think OU.
Hey, Greg, I want to. Was that Greg God that asked that?
No, it was Michael Neal. Hey, first off,
Michael, give me 5 names on maybe some higher level guys for pursuing. Are you talking about like the Branches or another receiver like Concepcion? Give me 5 names in the chat. Sooner WX, thanks for becoming a YouTube
appreciate it.
Sooner Surge Unlimited member. You also can email us at soonersurgepod@gmail.com to become the Discord.
Yeah, get more in that Discord. The Discord's fun, so get in there. It's fun stuff. And some of y'all, I know Maybe I know like KJ Godin's a member. I don't know if KJ Godin's in the Discord or not. If you aren't and you want to be in it and you're a member, there you go. There's the email right there. SoonerSurgePod@gmail.com if you want to be a part of that. Damon says, I think whoever scores 24 points first wins. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Speaking of higher price tag, Mensa, $8 million over 2 years. Surely.
Did you see that today where Spencer Rattler is getting paid $4 million and he's starting in the NFL? Mensa's getting $8
over 2 years though.
I know. I'm just saying it's about like Spencer Rattler in NFL.
It's unbelievable, Jay. For a guy who's played a year.
Yeah, but they're going all out on him. I mean, they wanted him.
I get that, Jay. What's up, Selene? Yeah, Gregod, you're right. The quarterback from Penn State, who's going to be Missouri starter next year, got 1.5.
1.5. Yep, that's right.
So Michael says, here's the 5 names. Singleton, who went to Auburn, which means, hey, he didn't go to Bama, Georgia, any other big-time schools. He went to Auburn to play with Jackson Arnold. Branch brothers have not gone anywhere. We don't know where they're going to go. Georgia is what people have said. We'll see. Florida State defensive end is Marvin Jones Jr., who it's been silent.
I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that either, Hunter. But let me ask you.
Washington State offensive tackle. Have you heard his name, Jay?
No, I haven't heard I know who he
is.
May
wait to see if he can get drafted high.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question for the chat. You could say in the SEC right now, the 2 teams that have done really the best in the portal are Ole Miss and Auburn, right? Based off names.
Correct. Oh, correct. Both of those.
So I'm asking everybody in the chat, and I'm going to ask you right now. Is anybody picking them to make the playoff next year? I'm
probably not.
So what? I'm not. I think LSU's been good too. Would you pick
really good?
You pick LSU to make the playoff?
But here's the deal. I agree. LSU has been good, Jay. But Barry and Brown and a couple others. But everyone who's talking of LSU because they got Bauer Sharp and Nick Anderson can't be the same people who are bashing those 2 guys at OU. Nick Anderson, guys. Hey, Nick Anderson is the 6th highest player in the portal right now. Ranking.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that
didn't want him at OU. A lot of people said he wasn't going to be any good.
So yeah, we'll see if he pans out, Jerm. He hasn't played enough. That's the thing.
I think he's going to be elite.
I'm just saying he's been injured a lot. That's the only thing about him. Ole Miss, Texas A&M, LSU, Auburn, all good. I agree, Gray God, based on portal. Are you picking any of those in the playoff next year? Yes or no? I can't do it right now.
Maybe one.
Who?
I'd have to look at schedule, Jay.
It's the same schedule as this year, Jerm.
Then Ole Miss. Maybe Ole Miss. Hey,
Texas A&M might, and Ole Miss. Their schedules are pretty easy. But
the name is Patrick Payton. And RC, I can't grade him after 4 years until next year. He's only been here 3. And I give him a C-, maybe D. Hey, where was it here? I got to get to it. It was a comment I really wanted to mention. Right here. If you didn't listen to John Mateer on KREF, you need to go listen to it. It was a great interview. Just listening to John Mateer gets me fired up, Jay. I think people are going to rally around him. I think what he said about Arbuckle, how he continues to get better, how his scheme is really, really elite. And it just got me more excited. Now, if you can see Hawkins play well in the bowl game after being with Arbuckle for a couple of weeks and looking a little different, that'll be something to look at. Deion Burks, I'm ready to see a healthy Deion Burks Friday, Jay.
Yeah, I am too. We'll see. Hopefully he plays. I mean, I'm sure he will, right?
There's 2. I'm going to say right now, there's 2 things I want to happen Friday, Saturday. Devon Mitchell to play and shine, and Joe John Finley to be gone after Friday night.
You know, there's a lot of people wondering if that's going to happen with Joe John, and maybe they're keeping not going after any tight ends in case a new tight end coach would bring somebody with him. I don't know there, dude. I just don't know, man. I don't know if that's going to happen, Jerm. I think that's a wait and see on Saturday if that does, but I don't know, man. Iowa Sooner says, do you guys think there's any way our defense is worse next year?
I don't foresee it. I don't foresee that, Jay. Do you?
I think another year with Brent Venables and Allie, I think they're going to be. The thing is, if you're in good position, I think they have athletes, and I think it's pretty telling. I think they're pretty comfortable what they got on defense because they're not really portal shopping much for defense. So
and that's
got
what
a lot of young guys.
That's what I was going to say, Jay. A lot of people are saying, man, OU just not doing well in the portal. I can agree with that statement, but I also there's got to be a caveat or an asterisk by it or something because they're not really even pursuing a lot of defensive guys. I know James Thompson. It sounds like George isn't going to go to OU, but if they can get James Thompson and maybe one DB, maybe. I mean, sounds like Makari Vickers is going to end up at Colorado. But, man, defensively, I think this team's going to be pretty strong, Jay.
So then you got to be a lot better offensively, and you can win a couple more games you won this year. Hey, but Bag Belichick says this is another C- transfer outside of material. Let me ask you guys this. Going into the portal season, what were the two positions you had to have, you think? Quarterback, what was the other one?
Receiver.
Would you say receiver or O-line higher?
Receiver. They didn't have any receivers.
They wanted that quarterback, just like Bag Belichick said. They wanted that quarterback. I think wide receiver,
I think they did okay.
They got some guys, but I think you got to wait and see on those receivers. I do think if you want to look at – people can say, yes, OU hasn't just dominated the portal, but they did get the most important position they needed was quarterback.
And Jay, the other thing is, and this is a massive if. It's a bigger if than – I'm looking around. It's a bigger if than my Christmas tree right now, okay? And it's this. If Devon Mitchell plays Friday, and if Devon Mitchell looks really, really good Friday, no one's going to care about who they're getting in tied into the portal. They're already going to be satisfied. That's a fact. You can say I'm wrong, but you're wrong. If Devon Mitchell looks the part, people are going to start getting their head really big about Devon Mitchell.
Did I say you were wrong, Jerm?
No, anyone in here, the people that keep saying, go get a tight end, go get a tight end, go get a tight end. We need an elite tight end on the portal. If Devon Mitchell's that guy, you don't need an elite tight end on the portal.
But let me say this. I've said it before on this live show when they got Arbuckle. I think he can scheme wide receivers open. I don't think you have to have 3 CD Lambs out there. I think he could do that. I think the number one thing that has to happen this year for OU to have a lot better season is O-line. There's not any – you can't argue with me on it. That's the one position that has to be 10 times better. Quarterback, you got the quarterback on the portal. Wide receiver, you got some guys. Offensive line, who's it going to be? Who's your 5? And you have to be way better this year. It's not going to look – I mean, you just got to be a lot better, Jerm.
And Jay, if Carson Kent is a really good blocking tight end, the guy that you could line up in the slot as a receiver tight end is Devon Mitchell. Matchup nightmare for people. Matchup nightmare for people on the slot, on the inside receiver. I'm not saying Devon Mitchell is going to go out there and just block people to the ground, but maybe that's where Carson Kent can play.
Yeah, and the O-line's got to be better, Perryman, but it's also got to be established early who your 5 are and go with it, man. Last few years, they've waited too long. What's that?
Devon Sears getting another year?
Well, he can now with this new JUCO. Anybody that was a senior last year and was JUCO can get one more year. That was passed today. So that's official. I don't know if everybody saw that, but Hunter, you can back me up on this or you can drop it in their chat. But anybody that came from a JUCO and graduated college last year or was a senior, they get another year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was
Daniel, Hunter and I had a conversation about punter. I think Ulrich is going to be really good. He kind of averaged about the same numbers as Elzinga. They don't have a backup punter, so they are going to have to do something there. Either have someone come in there. Obviously, it's not going to be for a scholarship. But the other thing is Selene was talking about the development with Arbuckle's guys. I agree, Selene. It's going to be much noticeable, more noticeable. And Damon, correct. Arbuckle's coaching quarterbacks in the bowl game.
Yeah. So, hey, and let me say this on the Joe John Finley stuff. Okay. If you just think about it from a organizational perspective at OU, if he were to have already been gone, who's calling plays for this?
You're saying if Joe John was gone?
If he would already left, who would be calling plays?
I was thinking that today. They wouldn't have anyone, Jay. DeMarco.
That's why, I think you got to wait and see after the bowl game if he sticks here. I mean, I don't know. Maybe
probably.
Beatabo probably. But I'm just saying, maybe it's just like he's going to – I don't know if he'll be here or not. We'll see.
Johnson was at the Thunder game tonight. Jay Will was back, hit a three early.
First three shot, he knocked it down. Hey, glad you got to go out there, Johnson. That's awesome.
Hey, as you all know, real quick, Jay, we are a show for the fans. We are fans. We try to show as many comments as possible. We're rolling through them tonight. Thanks for being here with us on this eve of Christmas Eve. Last night was the first night of Trick the Twins, okay? And you had to try to trick us with player numbers. Hunter has chosen a topic here. Okay, here it is. I'm going to read this. It says, give the Twins a score, quarter, and game from Brent Venables' era, 2022 to 2024, for us to guess who scored the next touchdown for OU. Each number right, we get a point. If we miss it, Surgeaholics get a point. Here's the example. OU trails LSU 10-7 in the second quarter. Who scored the TD to make it 14-10? And the answer, Xavier Robinson. Now listen, we're going to give you time now to go look something up. Last night, Jay and I, we win. Why? Because that's what we do here. We win. Will the Surgeaholics get it done tonight, Jay? We'll start this about the 30-minute mark. We'll start this about the 30-minute mark.
Yeah, I'm not very comfortable with that.
I'm not comfortable with that topic. Like my photo, if I've seen the game and it's, I'll probably be able to guess pretty good.
Yeah,
First to 5 wins, Hunter says.
I'm not comfortable with that one, but I'll do it if that's what Hunter wants to do. Hey, Bobby, I agree with you on this. I think it's silly if let's just say Saturday comes around after the game and he leaves or he's gone. I agree with you on that. Why did they wait if that's the case? I would agree with that, but we'll see if that happens. Maybe that tells us that he's probably going to be around next year. I don't know.
Shocking to me. OU basketball looking really good right now, Braden. Yeah, and we dropped a video earlier with Brody from.
Yeah, I don't think we've dropped it yet. We recorded it.
Sorry, we filmed a video with Brody. Yes, sorry, my fault. About OU men's basketball, women's basketball. Jay are up to number 9.
Yeah, both teams are doing really well this year. Clement says expectations for the game versus Navy on Friday in Fort Worth. Expectations are to get a win. That would be that's what I care about. Expectations, get a win. I would hope that OU's can score some points on Navy. I don't think Navy's. I mean,
who's the receivers going to be against Navy? Jay?
Well, they played Tulane and who was the other team? Notre Dame, and got pretty drilled in both of them. Hey, the other thing,
who will the receivers be?
I don't know, Jeremy. I'll find out on Friday when they suit up. I don't know. I couldn't tell you right now.
Kearney went down.
I would guess Reagan's, Burks, Jordan.
But Jordan doesn't play outside. Burks plays same position.
Correct. What about Carry On? Maybe Carry On gets some action, Jerem.
Yeah, maybe.
Jacoby Johnson is what Johnson says, possibly.
I would love. I'm sick of hearing he's going to, and then they don't, man.
Yeah, and Bag Belichick says BV's too nice to let go of an assist early. Who knows?
Dave says Peeps calling this game meaningless. This is
you're one of them, Germ.
Hey, Dave,
you're the one.
Can I talk, Jay?
Yeah, you called it meaningless.
I will, and I'll keep saying it. Here's what I'm saying. When I say meaningless, this game is not meaningless if you're talking about player development, if you're talking about guys getting some playing time that are going to be playing next year. It's also not meaningless if you're just talking about the narrative of 6 and 7. But if you're saying even from fans, it's not meaningless. But players, I promise you, players that are on campus at the game, if OU loses, they're not going to say, well, there goes our season next year.
Jeremy, I'll give you a stat.
This game killed us. No, Jeremy, none of that will happen.
Jeremy, I'll give you a stat, though. Brent Venables loses. He's 0-3 in meaningless bowl games. That's pretty bad.
That's bad.
That's bad.
What's even more bad is the fact that he was in 3 meaningless bowl games.
And they would lose all of them if that's the case.
Playing a meaningful one. Then it'll mean something.
Well, no, I don't like the whole. It's a football game in between the white stripes. It means.
And I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to hope OU wins. But players are not going to say, well, we're doomed if OU loses this game. I don't know what's going to next. Jay, does it really change your this year's outlook, honestly?
No, what I'm saying, perspective-wise, it does nationally. Perspective-wise, it does.
I said narrative for nationally, maybe, but it's also you got again, you're depleted everywhere. Like, I'm not making an excuse, but a lot of people are going to say they're not going to put much stock into this, Jay.
And I think Clark's kind of agreeing with you on that. I saw Bobby said the same thing. Dang, Germ, don't be yelling louder than me playing Call of Duty. LOL. Hey, it's to me as a fan, and this is a fan show. We got a lot of fans on here. I would say this: it's not a meaningless game because I think a lot of people will tune in to see if they win. But I think what Clark said: if they lose, everyone's going. I mean, if they win, they're not going to say, "Whoa, great end of the season." Wait at that momentum going into next year.
They should if it's meaningful, Jay.
Well,
see my point. Hey, Michael, entire defense is playing except for two guys. Yeah, likely so, and that's why I don't think Navy scores over 17 points. I don't think.
And somebody asked what we're looking for in this game. I think you look at some of the young guys that you haven't seen play a lot. I really hope you get to see Danny Okoye play. I hope Lewis Carter, some of these guys that you didn't get a whole lot of run, get to see him play. Boganowski, Powers, maybe back.
Oh, absolutely! I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that. And Dave, I think every player cares. Absolutely, yeah. When I say meaningless, I don't mean players don't care. I'm saying meaningless, in my opinion, in the grand scheme of things for this season. That's what I mean by meaningless. Meaningless can have many different meanings, pun intended.
I know, but let's just throw a scenario out there. What if this was Texas playing in this game and Texas lost to Navy? People would be all over them for losing that game. Don't even pause.
Texas, I don't really care about. I don't care about a 10-1 Texas, much less a 6-6.
I'm just saying. I hope Hawkins looks good too. And Benjamin's going the other direction. He's saying if we lose the Navy, I'm done. Tulane beat them 35. There's no excuse.
And then Navy destroyed Army, right? Army beat someone, and then I'm just saying. Now this is Washington State. There are some guys that have not transferred out yet that people have talked about going somewhere. Can Arbuckle land them? Possibly, Jay.
I don't know, man. I don't know how many more they're going to take. Maybe 3 more players out of the portal. We'll see. I would love another offensive lineman. I would love another wide receiver for sure. Jenna, I really would.
Yeah. Again, you're going to try to trick the Twins tonight with a play. It has to be a scoring play from the last 3 years. You give us the situation, we'll try to tell you who it was that scored. First 1 to 5 wins. We'll start that in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, the OU's the visitor, but they're wearing their crimson. So,
that's correct.
Yeah. Bobby brings up Ethan Connor.
Bobby says Ethan Connor, but hey, listen, Bobby. Okay. If the left tackle wants to follow Arbuckle here, I think OU would be okay with that. Now, you're saying they're not recruiting him. Okay, I get it, but there's also maybe they have a tight end, or maybe they have someone that decides late to get out of there. I'm not saying they'd be here next year, but
yeah, he will cost. I mean, he's wanting some money, which don't blame him.
Get your money together.
Yeah, that's right.
Get your money together.
So let me. You listen to the John Mateer interview today.
Most of it. Based
on his interview, it sounds like, and Jeff Weber was on there from Join One Oklahoma. I don't know if Hunter listened to this. So I don't know if this is just a one-off or if this is the way they always do it, but it sounds like they don't even talk NIL until they're committed. Did you get that?
Yeah, I don't get in that world, Jay.
No, I'm saying based on the interview, is that what it sounded like to you?
It's what it sounds like.
But I don't know if I understood that right when they were talking about it. It sounded like that. Yeah, they get committed, then they go talk NIL. But Jim, I don't know if that's true or not.
Jim, yes, I'm going to answer your question. Yes, and Bobby, that's right. Girlfriends are undefeated. But hey, I would rather have Lincoln's offense, yes, and I'd rather have Venable's defense, yes. I want them both. All I want for Christmas is Lincoln's offense and Venables defense. Can we write a song, Coconut Greg? Can we do something with it?
Well, and Bobby says if the offense can produce 24 to 31, they can win 8 to 9. Well, I'd have to disagree a little bit, Bobby. I say it has to be 31 because I think they averaged 24 this year.
Hey, I don't even care about the average though, Jay, because
I think he's right. But you get up to 30-something points a game, you're going to win 8 games.
But it doesn't matter if you average a lot of points in non-con. You have to average.
That's it.
You have to average 24 to 31 skewed in the big games.
Yeah, it gets skewed with your 60-point game against Arkansas State or whatever. It gets skewed.
I miss Lincoln Riley OC, absolutely. Not head coach, OC.
Hey, let's open up the phone lines, Hunter. Let's get this going, man. Let's go.
So listen, you can call in and talk to us, give us a take, whatever you want to do. But if you want to ask, try to trick us, you got to give us the situation, and we'll try to guess the play. Okay, that's how this is going to work. So first one of 5 wins. Look, there's not a lot going on, so we're trying to make this fun for our viewers.
And hey, Jerm,
hate it. I'm sorry.
Hey, and I'll say this:
not really.
We're probably going to get cooked on this. I think the Surgeaholics will get us on this.
Photographic memory, dude. Remember?
We know you don't. We know you.
Photographic memory. I'll carry. I'll carry tonight.
That's what happened last night. Except I carried. Remember that?
Actually, we got the same amount, but
sure. So there you go. It makes sure it's got to be within the Brent Venables era. I'm not going back to 2000 and trying to remember every single scoring play. It's got to be recent. Got to be recent. We're still going to lose, I bet, because first one to 5. So Jason says 8-4 is the ceiling next year. Agree or disagree?
I would say ceiling's probably 9-3 playoff.
Floor 5 and
probably a 6-7 type year again. Jay would be the floor.
5 and 7, 5 and 8.
Timeout, Hunter. That example that you gave before we came on, I was close. I said it was a scoop and score, and I forgot that was the first touchdown.
But we did miss it. We did miss it.
We got the fans talk Kevin on here tonight.
What's up, Kevin?
How you doing?
Good, you?
Good. Just want to take this time to say Merry Christmas to you guys. Thank you. All your Surgeaholics, everything. Want to say thank you to them and your support this year. And just wanted to say Merry Christmas.
Hey, Kevin.
Same to you, Kevin.
Yeah, same to you. I know the Surgeaholics appreciate the fan stop, and we just appreciate the friendship and the talks after games and all that. Man, I do. My wife's always saying, "Who you talking to for an hour?" The fan stop, Kevin, man. Breaking down games, man. It's a blast. So hey, man, Kevin, thanks. Merry Christmas to all you guys.
Yeah, you have a good Christmas, Kevin.
Absolutely. Thank you again. Thank you again.
Great people at the fan stop, seriously. And I'm excited for this next year. It's been a great relationship with the fan stop, and excited. You guys know that, Jay, if you remember, after OU won the softball championship, they had some great softball championship shirts. Everything they do is officially licensed gear. You need to check them out at thefanstop.com and sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. You won't be disappointed. Use our code SURGE at the bottom. You can see it on the ticker. Go to thefanstop.com. Looks like we got another one on here.
Yeah, we got Greg on there. And Bobby, you're right about that. It's too hard right now to pick. But we got Greg on the line.
Hey, fellas, what's up?
What's up, Greg?
Okay, I have one silly one for you to guess, and then a more realistic one to follow up.
Is this not a horse on the pony again?
No, I ran out of horse trivia last night. But okay, the first one here. It's 2013. It's the Bedlam game. Kind of late in the game, OU scores, a touchdown to extend the lead, and an OSU cheerleader tries to trip our guy while he's celebrating the touchdown. Who was the guy that scored the touchdown and almost got tripped by the OSU cheerleader?
Was it the fake field goal, Jerm?
I was thinking Brennan Clay, but that's not it, probably.
Do y'all remember the incident I'm talking about?
I remember the incident. I don't
remember this.
Dave says Jalen Saunders in the chat.
Not quite. Eric
Stryker.
Yeah.
Eric Stryker?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. The real one here.
Is this so this one counts now, right?
Yeah, this one would count. Yeah.
This one counts.
Okay. So this season, first game of the year, Temple, it's the fourth quarter. we got a healthy lead, 3-37. Start of the fourth quarter, we score a touchdown to go up 3-44. Who scored that touchdown?
Oh my gosh, 44-3.
Jay, 37-3. What was the final?
50,
51.
51.
I think this is
Hey,
what I think. I think Greg's trying to trick us here.
Hey, Caleb Hicks scored the last one.
Right. He was the last one, though. I know what this answer is, and I know Greg. I know Greg's mind right now. Jaron Canick had like a punt a block.
Oh,
Is that it?
You got it. You got it.
There we go.
Let's go.
That's one. That's one.
Can't get one past you guys. Good job.
Greg. Good
I
job,
know
Greg.
your mind there, but you did get us on strike. But Daniel Brooks, man, he's friends with Strike. He knew that one for sure. And Daniel asked one back about the Bama Bowl game, Jay. I know this one won't count, but do you remember the first score? Was it Jalen Saunders in that? I think it was.
Yeah, and Dave's saying same cheerleaders try to trip Saunders and spit at Eric Strider. Interesting. What to go?
Dave's dropping some
Hey, let's get to Bobby. What's up, Bobby? 1-0 Twins. Let's go, Bobby.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
The only way we're going to get any better next year, how much better do you think our O-line is going to be compared to this year?
I don't know, Bobby. I tell you, I think they got better, but they couldn't. The problem was they couldn't pass block very well, and they got to be a lot better. To be honest with you, right now, you got guys like Sexton, Taylor, some of those guys that were injured. It's too early for me to say. I don't know, to be honest, Bobby. I don't know. I would hope they'd be better than that they were last year, but I don't know, man.
Bobby, the question I have for you and Jay, would you rather? I mean, here's the deal. They got some guys who played this year and started showing some improvement, like the Azidas, the Howlands. And then they got some guys who didn't really play this year who people were begging for to play.
EPL, Dent.
Which one's it going to be?
Well, we should have did more of that this year.
I agree.
To prepare for next year. It might be too late because now we're in an emergency situation to where next year we have to do good. If we don't make the playoffs next year, they'll probably be asking for his job. I would imagine.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure all we need to bank on is on a good offensive line. Everything else is we got the quarterback. We got decent receivers. So all we need is a good O-line.
The O-line's got to be better. I agree, Bobby. That's the number one thing in my opinion too, Bobby. Yeah. Hey, thanks for the call, Bobby.
Hey, Jay, real quick, we were wrong on the Jalen Saunders thing. It was LaColton Bester. Remember number 11?
Oh, okay.
LaColton Bester. Jalen Saunders had a great Sugar Bowl that game, though.
Hey, and let's get to Platoon 20. You're on the line. What's up?
Hey, guys. I'll give you your trivia in just a second. But first, I want to ask your opinion about something. What do you think is a better team in the SEC? Number one offense and number 50 defense, or number one defense and number 50 offense? Which one do you think does better in the SEC?
I'll take the defense and 50 offense.
Correct. Same.
And I'll take it based on the playoff right now, looking at who's in the playoff and still playing. Most of them have a pretty high ranked defense.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you. I looked at it, and the like 7 of the 10 top defenses are in the playoffs, but only like 2 of the top offenses are in there. So
you're right, Platoon. But what you can't have is a top 10 defense and a 120th ranked offense. That won't get you anywhere. Like we saw that this year.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm happy next year with Mateer. If we can get, I'm not going to expect a miracle worker. If we can get to, top 40 offense, I mean, that's
I take that.
I think that's good. I think our defense will still be at least, top 40, top 50 maybe. So even better than that, hopefully. But anyway, okay, trivia is going to be for the Ole Miss game. So Ole Miss goes up 10-7, and then we score a touchdown to go up 14-10. Who caught that one? Or
Jacob Jordan.
Yeah, it was Jacob Jordan.
Because Sharp scored the first TD, right?
Yeah, he threw 2
We'll go Jacob Jordan.
Okay, yeah, absolutely right. You guys nailed it. Good job.
Nice. Go, Jay.
Hey, appreciate
thanks for the call, Platoon. Hey, fan stop. Someone's asking if the fan stop ships internationally. Sooner United Kingdom official. And Jay, I wanted to get to, and fan stop can answer that in the chat, but fan stop did ask a question, and I want to get to Bobby's. Do you think the offensive scheme will help the offensive line? I think the offensive scheme can help the offensive line because obviously there was no identity this year. The offensive line didn't know what was going on. I mean, it was a whole mixed bag. You didn't know who was going to play. They didn't know if we were going to run and throw. The scheme has to help if everyone's bought in on the scheme, and hopefully that's the case.
Yeah, and Benjamin, I just think you got a lot of young guys, man, that are really talented. I mean, don't forget, before this year, they had really high recruiting classes, specifically on the defensive side. So phone lines are open. Surgeaholics, you guys need a point. Twins are up 2-0. So
photographic memory, Coconut Greg.
We don't have a
hey,
photo.
Bobby said that he doesn't think OU is done in the portal, nor
That's
is OU done in losing guys. And that's interesting. I think they will still get one more guy on the O-line. Will they lose another one? I don't foresee that unless it's a guy that's just not going to play at all.
Don't forget, you can lose guys in the spring. And here's the difference, though. If you get anybody in the spring, you can't get any SEC. You can't transfer within conference.
Well, OU doesn't get any SEC guys anyway. Hey, Bobby and Benjamin, I can't see OU being any worse than they were this year in the line. Yeah, and Jason's right. Arbuckle runs a lot of that counter. That will be nice.
It will be. Let's hope it looks good. Yeah, I agree with Jim here. Kip Lewis. Is he going to be the leader on defense next year, you think?
I think he's got to be. Hey, Randy, it sounds like from what people are saying, other people in the know, everyone who talks about it, they're saying that it sounds like Dominique Williams, as of now, is planning on being back.
Well, and I think R. Mason Thomas probably too. I mean, the defense is going to be good. And, you know where I'm trying to interested to see what's happening, because he's getting a lot of time right now on Twitter. And Jaron Canick's all over Twitter.
Agreed.
I mean,
what's
he going to do on the field, though? That's what I'm asking. Like, where's he going to play?
Hopefully play, Jay.
I mean, they're kind of pumping him up to be part of like the big – I mean, because he's kind of taking over that Danny role on Twitter. But
Bobby, I totally agree with you. And I'm going to use a line from Remember the Titans. Here we go. You cannot replace a Gary Bertier. You cannot replace a Danny Stutzman. Okay? You can't replace them. But they got guys there who's been in the mix, played a lot, and I think are ready for the challenge.
Yeah, I agree with that, Bobby and Jerm. I mean, I agree. You're not going to replace him. And I think what you don't talk about enough probably is the stuff that's at practice, off the field, all that stuff. You don't even – I mean, what we talk about a lot of times is what's on the field, but what does he matter off the field? He's big time.
Yeah. Braden, they're going to get a kicker. I don't know if it'll be in the portal, if it'll be some kind of try. I don't know. They're going to get another kicker.
It's going to be in the portal. Where else are you going to get a kicker?
I said maybe a tryout. You never know. Someone.
Jerem, how you can kick a 35-yarder? You going to go try out?
No, I do have eligibility though. Hey, by the way,
try out, Jerem. That's what you wanted to do, is just open it up for guys coming off the street instead of going from the portal. It's probably going to be a non-scholarship guy anyway, Jerem. Why wouldn't you want him out of the portal? Get a guy that's.
Are you done?
Yeah, get a guy that's kicked before.
I don't know what I'm saying, Jay. When I say is like what Denny says, there may be someone who goes to them and says, "Hey, I used to kick." Or I kicked at a small school and sends them something. I don't think – now, OU might also go after someone. But when I think of portal, I think OU going after someone. I don't know if it looks like that at kicker, Jay. And we're talking about a backup kicker, okay? But anyway, I don't want to spend time on that. I don't want to spend time on it.
Okay. Move on. Let's go. Chris does think there will be a drop-off. But
Canick is what I was wanting to talk about. Jaron Canick has to be on the field.
What
too
position?
Talented.
What position, Jerm?
I don't give a rip. Play him.
Jerm, if he's not as good as Kip Lewis and Lewis Carter and Kobe McKenzie,
bring him in on third down to edge rush. Get him on. Mateer today talked about how Arbuckle likes to go to I formation some. Put him at fullback. Just get him a couple plays. And speaking of that, Jay, will we see any plays? I do think we will. I want to curious what you think. You think we'll see any plays against Navy that are new based on Arbuckle's system?
No. Heck no.
I do.
Zero chance. No.
He's sitting there coaching Hawkins. You don't think he's saying, "Hey, let's put this one play in here." Come on, Jay.
I don't think he's doing anything like that, Jer.
I do.
Okay, I don't. I disagree. So, and that's fine. We can agree to disagree. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I don't know where you would play him at linebacker when you got Kip, Carter, McKenzie. I mean,
I think he could be as good as one of those guys.
Well, Jerm, you've been saying that for a few years. I know. Got a caller on the line. We got corrections on the line.
What is up?
What's up, guys? Hey, I just wanted to say, since you're not having a live tomorrow, Merry Christmas to you guys and your families.
Appreciate that corrections.
Hey,
Love
last
having
night I wanted to call in for the trivia for the jersey question. So I know this isn't going to count for tonight, but I have a trivia from last night. I just didn't get a chance to call in. What number did Travis Lewis wear in 2011's Red River Shootout?
Jay, he wore 28 usually, right?
Usually, but he switched
But
it.
for this one, he changed
Was it
his
Austin?
number. What?
It wasn't Austin Box, was it? 12. Was there a?
He changed his number for that game, I thought. He's usually 28.
Too. The only thing I could think of is if he changed it to 12.
Well, let's say to 12.
Yep, that's exactly it. Hopefully we never forget Travis Lewis, man, or Austin Box.
Austin Box, man.
Great player. I saw him play in high school, dude. He's awesome.
Yeah, great dude. His life ended way too early, man.
Agreed, man. Hey, corrections. Super appreciative of your support here. Thanks.
Yep. Later, guys.
See you.
Appreciate it. Have a good Christmas, too.
Jay, you love Travis Lewis, man.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of your
You
favorites.
know what? I think his NFL, I wish you'd have lasted longer in the NFL, man.
Yeah. You're right, Randy. You'll miss Stutz in a lot of ways. Those other guys could be ready to play. Now, the leadership part, other guys got to step up. It's still only 2-0. We did not get a point for that. We still got 20-something minutes at least on this thing. Man, Jay, have we kind of intimidated the Surgeaholics with our first two answers?
No, I guarantee what's happening is they're finding some random blowout score. And
they're going to go to Arkansas State or UTEP. Be ready, though. Photographic.
Hey, we were up 2-0 last night too, and it got close. So I wouldn't.
You know what changed it last night was Coconut Greg's horse question. It kind of got us out of our game last night.
Yeah, that was what it was.
Got to focus. Got to lock in tonight, Jay.
Hey,
Bobby says
have
we
you
left
watched
the Big 12, we lost a lot of money.
Hey, I got to ask you something. We got a caller first, then we'll get to it. We got Daniel on the line. What's up, Daniel? He's going to come with something hard, probably.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I got one for y'all. Let me think. Is 2015 good?
We'll try it. Technically, we're going to under BVs.
I know, but I was trying to think of some of the games from this.
Bring us one from 2015.
Okay. I was trying to think of some from this. I'm like, I don't know any good ones. Okay, I'll give you one. Okay, 2015 Baylor. Who caught the game? Essentially, the game-sealing interception against Baylor in 2015.
Jeremy, you're thinking. I know. I was about to jump out and say Benito.
You can't say that, Jay. That was way too recent. Nick Benito is what you wanted to say.
2015.
But that was like 2019.
2015 game-sealing interception, Jeremy.
So
don't help him.
Jay, Motley wasn't there. Maybe go with Sanchez.
No, it could have been Sanchez.
Norwood was after that.
Yeah, just go with Sanchez. I don't know.
It was Ahmad Thomas.
Oh, Ahmad Thomas. Oh, good one, Daniel.
Was Ahmad Thomas number 13? Jordan Thomas was 7.
Yeah, Ahmad was 13. Jordan was 7. Zach, what was that? Zach was 15.
15, yeah. Aaron Colvin was 14.
Yeah.
It's too easy if it would have been Zach, Jeremy. I mean, he's not going to
do
easy.
That. Daniel got us on that one.
Thomas, great guy. Slick was gone by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Good stuff, Daniel.
I don't know if I really have anything, but just in terms of, I will say, just listen to everybody, just specifically about Joe John, though. Only thing about Joe John, his play calling doesn't seem that bad, but I am starting to question his recruiting ability.
Yeah.
I don't know, just in terms of how the transfer portal is going, or just in terms of high school. We haven't seen, is it Devon or Devin?
I think it's pronounced Devon.
Devon, okay.
Yeah.
I want to see how he's going to develop like everybody else. I need to give him time. But Joe John, I don't think he should, if he leaves, I mean, I'm not going to be disappointed. But, I mean, I don't know. I've listened to how everybody else feels, and I've heard how y'all feel. But, I mean, how do y'all feel like more intimately about it? Are y'all waning on Joe John, or are y'all just...
I'm ready for him to look, and I think he is. If he needs to go be a coordinator somewhere, like, think about this, Daniel, a guy who was promoted basically from tight end coach to OC the interim OC. What's his mindset going to be going back?
Best, yep.
I don't know, man.
Well, and I would say the whole Mitchell thing, he got Mitchell. If you remember right, before he signed Devon Mitchell, a lot of people thought he isn't recruiting anybody. He's not recruiting very well. And then they got Mitchell, and it was kind of like, okay, but you also got to remember Devon Mitchell, the relationship with Michael Hawkins was a big reason why.
Yeah.
You. So
Yeah.
I think you're right on the recruiting part. That's been what's kind of missing from his game.
And
Yeah.
development too, though. Development isn't there.
Yeah, it is. Because I'm trying to think back. So, we have Mark. Obviously, everyone remembers Mark. Before then, it was kind of a I won't say dead period, so to speak. I mean, Meach was kind of like a switchblade. Like he played tight end, but he was also H-back. But we had T-Mac, Taylor McNamara, who didn't really get the time. Connor, Trevor's brother. Obviously, Blake transitioned over to tight end after playing quarterback.
Carson Meyer was a name.
Carson.
Yeah.
And then obviously before that, you had the Jermaine Greshams and stuff of the world. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think as if maybe Lincoln was just great at recruiting tight ends, and then we're kind of in a period where we don't have an identity offensively, so that's making it more difficult for us to find a tight end. I'm just trying to pull some strings to see where they land. So
Yeah.
I think that's it, Daniel. And they're not really using the tight end. So who wants to come play until they see him used on the field? So maybe with Arbuckle it changes, but we'll see.
Right.
Hey, thanks, Daniel.
All right, guys. Appreciate
it,
y'all.
Daniel. Hey, have a good Christmas, Daniel. Thank you.
We got Platone.
Platone, you're on the line.
Hey guys,
coming at us with one right here.
You inspired me. I found a harder one for you. Let's see if you guys can get this one. Okay.
All right.
So this is last year, OU versus Tulsa. In the fourth quarter, Tulsa throws an interception. OU gets the interception. And then we throw a 50-yard bomb to get a touchdown. Who got that touchdown?
It was Nick. Jay, wasn't it Nick Anderson?
Hold on. Just don't jump to conclusions.
Nick Anderson had 3 tutties that game.
He had 3 tutties, but
one was a 50-yard stop by Jackson Arnold.
What was the score on this one, though, when they
It was a lot to nothing, hardly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go Nick Anderson. It's probably Nick Anderson.
You know what? You guys got it again. It was 52-17, and Jackson Arnold throws him a bomb. So good job.
That was the one Jackson, and I remember that because Jackson Arnold got hit under the chin on that throw, and I was sitting there watching the game saying, "This dude's it." Boy, was I wrong.
That's right. 3-0. What's up, Greg?
Oh, this is where it changed last night, Jay. I got deja vu. This is like Groundhog Day.
All right. What is Brent Venable's shoe size? No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I'm hoping this one isn't too easy. All right. It's 2020. Yeah, it'd be 2022. Brent Venable's first game.
DG's first year.
Score is 0-7. Who scored the first touchdown?
DG scored
DG was the first year. And I only know that one reason is I remember thinking, who's going to score the first TD in the Brent Venables regime? So it kind of sticks out to me.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm going to stop calling in. Y'all are too good at this.
Hey, Greg, you know what I didn't know, though? I didn't know they trailed 7-0.
I didn't remember them trolling 7-0, Jay.
No, it was 0-0. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Gabriel.
Yeah. All right. I'm just handing y'all this competition every night.
Right.
So
4-0, baby. We'll take it. Yeah.
Thanks, Greg.
Hey, they got to make a comeback to catch us tonight. We got a lot of room to play with. So
we can chill now, Jay. Autopilot.
That's right. Autopilot.
Hey, and stop Sooner Cowboy. BV didn't let him go. I think you're kidding on that. How many rushing touchdowns did DG have? If someone asks this question about 2022, I'm just going to guess DG because he had probably 10 rushing touchdowns at least. Jason says, I don't believe we're a top 10 NIL program. Who we're offering and taking. I'm sorry. Hope I'm proven horribly wrong. Here's the deal. They got the number 1 player of the portal. Obviously, they didn't spend $8 million. They spent 2.5 probably is what people are saying. Other big names like so. Here's what I'm saying, Jay. Who's top 10 in the port? Who's top 10 in NIL? I mean, some of those teams haven't gotten anyone yet. Texas has signed 3 guys. Are they top 10 in NIL?
Texas is, yeah.
They haven't been signing. I want to know.
Texas is still playing football.
Where's Ole Miss playing all these guys?
Germ, look at me. Texas is still playing football this year.
Correct, Jay. And people have entered the portal.
It doesn't matter. They're not. I mean, they could care less about that right now.
Oh,
They're
I
playing
agree.
football,
That's
Germ.
when the portal window.
Trying to win a national championship.
Agree, Jay.
Golly.
Agree, Jay.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Bama's got top 10 in NIL. How about them?
What about them?
They're not spending a lot of money right now, are they?
And I agree with Bobby on this. The
Bobby's
current
right.
roster,
And
if
it
you
needs to be more.
and
Or
they
Mason Thomas needs more money. You got to keep it.
They paid a lot. They have a lot of young guys, freshmen and sophomore, that played this year, so they're paying a lot. I understand that, Bobby. I think, and you got the John Mateer was the big one. Now, if you want to say right now, portal-wise, I would have loved for Oklahoma to win out and got like a stud receiver. One just really awesome one.
Who give me one besides Branch?
Zachariah Branch. Okay, another one. I would have liked Concepcion.
I don't think Concepcion is anywhere what you think.
Or Singleton. I would have liked either one of those guys.
I like Singleton.
Paid the money and got him. So I think you could say that yeah, I would have liked to have seen that. Hey, and Dave, every night, man. Dave, you're awesome. We appreciate it so much. Really do. Thanks, Dave, for the super.
Thank you, Dave. Merry Christmas. Hey, Daniel, Jay and I actually mentioned this today, Jay. We had a conversation about the George kid. If the George kid goes to Ohio State, people are going to say, "Oh, you lost this kid. They missed on him." If he would have went to OU, people would say, why are we getting these smaller name guys?
Yeah, it is different when it comes from OU. You're right. And Daniel, that's a good point because it does happen. It does happen all the time.
Probably happens in all fan bases, but a lot in OU.
Hey, I'm glad you brought this up, Zias. That's a bingo one there right there. I would have loved that. Bingo.
I would have loved Deuce Robinson.
Like, pay the money and get Deuce. Yeah. I mean, I would have liked to have seen that. Zias, great call out. That's a good one. Mitch and Helms were 4 stars. They were. So they're pretty highly recruited.
And I hope I see on Helms Friday night.
And Jen is right about this too. Winning changes everything and changes all the thoughts about it changes everything on people's thoughts if you win games. So that's what OU has to do next year. They got to go win games. Have to.
Friday at 11 a.m. ESPN, OU versus Navy. Hey, right now, Jay, we only need one more point. Who's going to call in and let us get the dub right here and just end this thing? Actually, totally skunk them 5-0 tonight. Twins dominating the Surgeaholics. Yeah, I can talk trash. Bring it.
Dalpo says, so if high-star players were the answer, then why are we even searching for a tight end?
It didn't take long for me to call out and hit. Wait, before we say something and get to Cade, who kind of hurt us last night, he stumped us. Corrections 101 has gifted a Sooner Surge membership. Thanks so much. Whoever claims that needs to email us at SoonerSurgePod@gmail.com.
That's right. And let's get to Cade. What's up, Cade? You got us last night. You coming with another one tonight?
I don't know. We'll see. Nebraska to go up 49-7.
Oh, gosh.
What was the final in that game, Jay?
I don't remember. That was not the last touchdown, though.
It wasn't?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure the last touchdown was Theo Weiss. What was the final in that game, Jay?
I don't know, Germ. I don't remember.
I want to say OU scored. Did OU score 56, though?
I think I would probably go Braden Willis.
I think they wait. Did they? Well, I didn't know the final. I think they scored 52. I'm going to go Theo Weiss.
All right, we'll go Theo Weiss.
He nailed it, Theo Weiss.
Oh, Germ.
But they did not score.
What was that, Cade?
They did not score over 50. It was 49-14.
Oh, it was the last touchdown. I thought they had 50, but that's right.
Hey, Jeremy, way to go. I was thinking.
Damn, that was good. I thought I would get you on that.
You know what? Theo Weiss, I forgot. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed that one.
I remember that, Jay. Vaguely, it sticks out in my mind because that was the year. That was Theo Weiss's last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
People had high hopes for him, and he didn't score like the first couple games. And then
that was also the game
he scored, and I started thinking, okay, Theo Weiss, okay.
That was also the game you had the Braden Willis touchdown pass.
Yes, I was gonna give that one, but I thought I don't know. They might.
Yeah, I would remember that. I did. I would remember that one.
I was at that game. That's when.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I was at that game. That's when DJ Graham caught that interception, right?
Yeah, that was the one in Norman.
No, that was in Norman. This one was in Nebraska.
Okay, then it was 23 that was in Norman.
Yeah,
Well, no,
Right?
2022 was
21.
Norman. 2021 was Norman. 2022 was Nebraska.
Okay,
Yeah.
then it was 21.
21, correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was there for the DJ Graham
that's
interception.
sick,
That
yeah.
was insane.
Hey,
That's
did he just transfer again to
Yeah.
Kansas?
Yeah,
He's Kansas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Cade.
yeah. Y'all have a
Appreciate
good one.
it,
Good job.
Hey, Germ, you know what? You know what's funny is, and I bet if we asked everybody in this chat, because I was included in this too, after that Nebraska game on the road, I thought national championship.
Oh,
dude.
we were all saying it.
Oh,
Dave.
man,
These
that first year.
national titles.
First year in the Brent Venables, I was like, they were cooking, man. I was like, here, and then it just
The games they lost that year, you put 34 points up on the board. Hey, Platone says this is war. Look, we got 5 minutes. The game's over, but someone can try to stump us in the next 5 minutes. I'm feeling hot tonight.
yeah, the game's over. But
I'm on fire tonight, Jay.
Hey, any update on the James Thompson, Germ? Anything? It's been kind of quiet. I think I kind of thought
they
Logan
don't get George. I think they're going to get Thompson.
I thought they were going to get. I thought George or
they'll get
Thompson would
Thompson.
commit.
I think they'll get him.
Like today, maybe, but they didn't. So George, I think Ohio State, but not
Coconut's right. We also said it. We've said it the first 2 years under BB. We said it. We didn't say it this year, did we?
Wasn't. What were you going to say it based on, Germ?
You notice how hardly anyone's asking us questions about 2024? That's because there's only 4 TDs scored, and we'll
I can name them. Hey, Germ, I can name them right here. Touchdowns, right? By the offense.
Either Bauer Sharp, Deion Burks,
Jacob Jordan, or Brennan Thompson, or they're a running back. That's it.
Bauer Sharp scored a couple this year.
That's what I said. Bauer Sharp. I think he scored 2, maybe.
Hey, Connor Neer is still there. Hunter.
No.
Are you sure?
Connor Neer's gone, I thought.
Thought he was injured.
No,
Taylor Wine. Oh, he portaled this year, though.
Yeah, I thought he left. Now, here's a name we're not talking
Taylor
about.
Wine and Wyatt Gilmore.
Hey, you know a name we're not talking about at linebacker? Is the two-sport athlete. Nesta. James Nesta. Not talking much about him, so I'm interested to see what he does.
Daniel, Hunter says Neer went back to Ferris State. So there it is.
And you look at a guy like Eugene Brooks who transferred out. Everyone had high hopes on him. He went to UCLA. It must be closer to home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I saw this.
Hey, look, that means, and look, that could be big about, you got George and Thompson, D-line guys that, this JUCO thing, it could make a difference on guys. I like Sears back, Jay.
I like him back, too. That's right. Hey, Greg's on. He's got one for us.
A little bit. 2017, we're on the road at Kansas. What was the score when Baker Mayfield did the infamous crotch grab?
Oh, gosh.
0-0. Wait. Oh,
No.
Crotch grab. I was thinking the pregame handshake. I thought he was tricking us.
They were ahead. I want to say 17-7, Germ.
I have no idea. I'm just
I think it was like 17-7. They were ahead. I know that. Maybe it was 14. I thought they were ahead.
Hey, you remember when we had the punter on from Kansas talking about that? That was interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. When was that?
That was I'll have to share that clip. If you follow us on Twitter, I'll kind of tweet that clip. But he was just talking about that pregame handshake and all that went down. So
yeah. So some people are drawing comparisons to John Mateer and Baker. Do we think Mateer is going to bring the crotch grab swagger to Norman?
Now here's what I do think, Greg. I heard him on KREF. I do think that the way he talks, like I'm just going to use as an example. I thought Jackson Arnold had a little more. I thought he was going to have more swagger than he did. Part of that was no confidence, especially with the development, no coaching really around him. But if you heard him in interviews, he never really said anything that was outside of what coach speak or
robotic.
I agree.
Here on the KREF, like this guy's got a charisma about him, so I do think he does have more swagger.
I like that. Maybe that's just what we need to get out of their head and play some real football. We'll see.
I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
See you guys. Merry
Thanks,
Christmas.
Greg.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Hey, Bobby says, is there a Mateer sighting on Dixon Street? He's, of course, referring to when Baker ran from the cops. That's a good one, Bobby. It's a good one.
Lode Holt came from JUCO. Ramondre Stevenson, Kendall Dolby. I agree. And now with that rule, I know people have someone mentioned Keon Brown. Hunter did early, kind of as a joke. But are there some guys that maybe they could get out of JUCO? I don't know. They do let Carson Kent today.
That's right. We got Cade, last caller of the night. Cade, what's up?
All right, I got to get some revenge.
All right.
Put us up 14-3 against SMU.
Ooh.
That would have been 2023.
Yeah. That was a struggled game. They couldn't score much offensively.
No. Andrell. This could have been Andrell.
Could have been. It was either Dylan Gabriel running or a handoff, probably.
Hey, wait. Let me ask Cade.
No.
Just answer this question, Cade. Is this a random one?
No.
I think I know this answer, Jay.
What are you thinking?
I think this was the tight end. What was his name? He only caught like 5 balls all year.
Last year?
I thought he was going to be a stud after this touchdown catch.
Last year.
Number 16, I think. What was his name?
Oh, McIntyre?
No. Number 16, he was blocking and he caught it. Blake
4.
Smith's the answer. Yeah, Blake Smith.
God, you're good. It was Blake Smith.
Blake Smith, that's right.
Wow.
That's right.
I tried to lie
I
to
see
you
Greg
and tell you it wasn't
God
random,
put
but
it
it
down
was.
there. I was going to get it. He was number 6. I remember thinking, this dude's legit.
You cheated.
Blake
Cheated.
Smith, did he catch 2 or 3
chat.
TDs that year?
He was not legit, Jeremy.
No, I remember thinking in the SMU game, okay, this guy could be a player.
Merry Christmas. Y'all have a good one.
Hey, you too, Kay. Thank you.
Jay, who'd they have with Blake Smith? There was another tight end that barely caught any balls, but he played a lot. Was it
the guy that transferred out,
Fanui?
Fanula?
No, it was the guy that came from Missouri.
I don't know, Jeremy. He caught 2 balls.
Gibson or Parker. That's it.
Parker. He was a beast blocking.
Hey, and by the way, someone said Greg God. I was gonna get it, guys. Trust me. The photograph.
It doesn't matter. Hey, Hunter, it doesn't matter what they're saying. Drop the score real quick for us, please.
Hunter, did Andrew Anthony score the first TD in that game? Because I almost went with Andrew Anthony, but I knew Kay was gonna.
Hey, drop the score, Hunter. 5-0. That's all we need to see is a 0 on the board for Surgeaholics. 5-0. Make sure you give us that 5th point. There we are. Oh, no, 6. So he counted that. It's 5-0 in the ones that counted. Hey, Jeremy, you were on fire tonight. Hey, seriously, though, Surgeaholics, we're going to keep doing some of this fun stuff. It's fun just to interact with you guys, the fans. And tomorrow night, we will not be on. We'll be with family and going to be enjoying time with family. But in all seriousness, though, this last year has been great because of you and just best wishes for you guys with your families over the holidays and Merry Christmas. And Jeremy, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, kudos that. Thanks so much, guys. We love bantering. We love showing comments. We love having conversation about OU football. Even as bad as the year it's been, it's still great being on here. We're excited for the new year. Plans that we have to make things better for our viewers and keep this thing rolling. Thanks so much for your support in the channel, in the Discord, with the supers, everything alike. We appreciate you all very much. Merry Christmas to you all. We'll see you Christmas night at 9:30. Have a great Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.